I'm Miss Beth. I'm the fundamental skincare teacher here at American Institute of Beauty. Today we are going to show you a holiday look for the eye. We actually have one that's already completed on our lovely model, Miss Alexa here. And I'm going to show you how to do the other side step by step. So the first thing that we had done was the brows and her base makeup. That's already completed. The next thing I'm going to do is put on a base for the eyeshadow, and it makes everything even on the lid, and it also helps the shadow to stay put. So what I have is the Lancome Teint Idole Camouflage Concealer. Concealer works really well as an eyeshadow primer, but you can also use something that was actually made for it too. I just enjoy concealer. It makes everything even. So I'm going to use a flat brush to put this on. And I use the back of my hand. I have make sure your hands have been sanitized. This actually creates the right temperature for it. Your body temperature is what you need it to be at when you're applying it someone's skin. It will actually apply better. So putting it on the back of your hand is kind of like a thing you will see a lot of makeup artists doing. And then you're just gently pushing that into the skin. And you go all the way up to the brow. Perfect. Alrighty. Just blending some in the corner there. Okay, the next thing that we're going to do is put on some shadows. So this is the Crown shadow palette that they have. Crown is actually the manufacturers of Morphe. So Crown is a private label. So when you buy Crown products, they're actually their own manufacturer. So Morphe is made from them. So the first thing we're going to do is put on a light all over shadow. That's this shadow right here. They just call it A1. And we're going to put that all over the eye. And this color has just a little bit of pink to it, like a baby pink, and it's going to look so great with the blue. There's also neutrals that have more yellow or more warm tones. With those, you have to be careful when you're using such a cool color. So cool all over color tone if you are doing a cool color. So the next thing that I'm going to do is some lining. I have an angled brush. I'm going to use both the black and the blue shadow to do some lining on her eyes. I'm going to start with the blue, and I just kind of tap it in there. You also want to make sure that you buff it off so there's not too much. I'll have you look up, and I'm going to actually lift her lid. Close your eye. And I'm just going to put it into the actual lash line. And I'm doing it the dash method, so that's just kind of making little dashes and coming across. And then I'm going to get a little bit more, and then go ahead and look up for me. And again, underneath the eye, we're just doing that dash method. And so since this is shadow, it doesn't have a tendency to run, which is really nice. Now for the top line, I want to accentuate her eye a little bit more, so I am going to get some of that black shadow, and I'm going to use that on her lash line as well. And you want to make sure you give your brush that tap, because if you don't, you will have too much product on it. Close your eye for me. I'm lifting her lid again, and I'm staying towards that lash line. And now she's got a nice little eyeliner look going. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to be inspired by Frosty the Snowman. ColourPop put out some gel creams for that. So we actually have one that's called Freezing Gel Eyeshadow. So that's my inspiration. It's a light blue color, so I'm going to go ahead and use a dark blue to go with it. I'm going to start with that with this dome brush. You can see it's a little pointed. And I'm going to get that blue color that I used for the eyeliner in there. And I'm going to tap as well. And then this one is where you go into the corner of the eye. And it's almost like a V or a backward C. And you go up to the orbital bone. And slowly blend over, but don't go all the way. But use that orbital bone as your guide. So her bone right here, that's what we're using as a guide to how far we want to go up And then as far as where to end, it's where her eyebrow ends. So we've got our blue on there. We're gonna add some of that snowman inspired gel now. I'm gonna get some of that. Look how pretty that is. We're gonna get some of that out. I'm gonna get it on one of these, but I'm gonna use a brush to put it on. Just don't want to double dip into your gels. So I have another brush that's almost like a concealer brush. Go ahead and close your eye. And I'm just gonna start here and start blending. And you can see that really pretty shine that it has. So pretty. And then you can take that dome brush that you had with the other color and just come back in here and blend it. Lift your face up for me. There you go. Blend it a little more. I sometimes like to take a brush that doesn't have anything on it. If I feel like I need to blend more, I will just use that to kind of smooth things out. Another thing that I want to add for her is some liner on the waterline. That's under this lining down here. So I'm going to have her look up. This is just a Lancome gel liner. Look up for me. And then I'm just going to lightly press this liner onto her waterline. And it is black. Black is going to make her eyes stand out more. So we've got that. Then as you can see on this side, there's a little bit of glitter. So ColourPop also has a glitter that came out. This one's called So Cute. It's very pretty. Let's see here. So cute. So we're going to take some out again using one of those little eyeshadow things because we don't want to double dip. This one is very, very glittery. So you have to be careful with the amount that you put onto the eye because it does have so many available. So you could try to pick some up on your brush and then you're just going to tap that in. And if you do too much, you actually will start to see the eyeshadow start to separate. So you don't want to go too heavy on it. And it'll be just enough sparkle that from here and there in the room, people will be able to see that little shine that you've got going on. So you don't have to go crazy with it. The next thing that we're gonna do is add some mascara. You wanna make sure when you're doing mascara that you do the bottom first because you need them to look up in order to put the mascara on the bottom. She already had mascara on her top lashes. It would get all over her lid. So we don't wanna do that. So we're gonna start with the bottom. This is her mascara that I'm using, so it's okay for me to put it right on her eye. If it was not, you need to use mascara wands so that you don't cross-contaminate. So I'm gonna get some of that. She's got the Morphe one here. And we just learned today Morphe was made by Crown, so look up for me. So I'm just gonna gently pull down, and she has lovely lashes. So we're just gonna get those little lashes here. There we go. Okay, and then look down for me. I'm gonna just kind of give a little lift on her lid and wiggle that in there. Wiggle, wiggle. There we go. So we've got her mascara on. That's gonna help blend the lashes that we have. So we've already got one lash on this side. We're gonna add the other lash. One of the best glues is the Duo Lash Glue. This one is easy to apply, and it's also easy to not cross-contaminate because you're putting a fresh coat on lashes every time. So you can put it on using, we do have tools like the lash tweezer. I'm going to use that to hold my lashes while I put the glue on. Now this lash glue, when it goes on, it's almost kind of like a whitish blue. And what we need to do is make sure that we don't apply it until this is turned a little more clear. You need to let your lash glue get a little sticky, and it's not sticky right away. So if I were to put this on her lash right now, it's not gonna stay. So it needs to get a little more dry before we do that. So while that's drying, you can admire your beautiful client and her brows. She does have perfect brows, so.
It looks good so far, Ms. Beth.
She's one of the best students we have here at AIB.
Oh, thank you.
So we're drying the lash glue. So you can see that the glue is still kind of got a little bit of bluish tint to it, so it's almost ready. This is actually going to be one of the longest parts of your process, is just making sure the lash glue is ready to put the lashes on. That's just a big part of it. So whenever you have a client, they know if they put lashes on that it takes just a couple minutes for it to get to that nice color. So once it starts getting to where it's going to be nice and tacky, that's when you're going to go in and put it on the lash line. So I'm going to have her look down, and I'm going to use my tweezers to apply these just in the general area that I want it. But I'm not going to keep it in there. I'm going to use my fingers to make sure that I get this into her actual lash. So I'm going to put those down. And then you have time to work with this glue. So you don't have to put it on and then just leave it where it's at. What I'm doing is lifting her lid and looking for her lash line and pushing this into her lash line. So it's a lot of moving it around, making sure. A lot of my students will tell me, I'm not good at lashes, I don't know how to do lashes. When in fact, it's not that. It's just that they are not working with the lash enough. You need to get in there and move it around and adjust. You have to have them open their eyes so you can see. Go ahead and take a look at me. So you can see this corner needs to go down a little bit more. Go ahead and close. So we're just going to push that down some more. And I'm just using my thumb and gently pressing it into the lash line. There we go. And then go ahead and open again. Beautiful.
Yes.
All right. And that's the look. This is Frosty the Snowman inspired Color Pop eyeshadow.